Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Michael Sanaga. I'm the Director of Engagement and Learning Innovation at the Society of Professional Accountants of Canada, or RPA Canada, as we affectionately call it. And it is my honor to serve as your Master of Ceremony today. Before we begin, I want to take a moment to acknowledge that we are gathered today on the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Haudenosaunee, and the Huron-Wendat peoples. This land is covered by Treaty 13 and the Dish with One Spoon Wampum. We are grateful to hold this gathering on this land, and we acknowledge the enduring presence and contributions of Indigenous peoples to the fabric of Ontario and to Canada. Welcome to members of the Legislative Assembly, to our distinguished guests, and to the accounting professionals and small business advocates who are here today. This luncheon represents something very important. It's a conversation that is long overdue. It's about who serves Ontario's small businesses, who keeps their books, all the exciting stuff, who keeps their books, who files their taxes, but most importantly, who helps them grow. About an entire community of skilled, dedicated accounting professionals who have for too long operated in the shadows of a credentialing conversation that didn't always include them. Ontario is home to more than 1.2 million small businesses. They employ millions of Ontarians. They are the backbone of communities from Thunder Bay to Windsor, from Kingston to North Bay. And the vast majority of them rely not on large accounting firms, but on accessible, community-based accounting professionals. Professionals like our members, professionals who hold the Registered Professional Accountant designation, and those who also don't have designations at this point. Today, we're here to make sure that the people who shape policy in this province know about the thousands of professional accountants who serve in public and private sectors and why it matters. So let's get started. Our opening remarks come from a man who emigrated to Canada from Pakistan in 1986 with an unshakable belief in education, professional excellence, and community service. Since being elected as President and CEO of the Society of Professional Accountants of Canada in 2019, he has made it his mission to ensure the accounting profession remains accessible, future-ready, and vital to Canadian business, including 7 consecutive years championing the Women's Entrepreneurship Awards. He holds designations as a registered professional accountant and certified accounting practitioner, accredited professional accountant, and is a fellow of the Institute of Certified Management Accountants of Australia and New Zealand. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Zubair Choudhry.
Thank you very much. Honorable Ministers, members of the Provincial Parliament, and distinguished guests. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. Ontario's small businesses are the backbone of economy. They create jobs, drive innovation, and sustain our communities. Yet the reality is that most of these businesses do not rely on audit and assurance services. They only rely on the practical day-to-day accounting, taxation, and advisory services. And there lies the issue. In Ontario, assurance and audit services are clearly defined and well regulated. That system works. It is strong, structured, and necessary. But the non-assurance segment, the very segment that serves millions of small businesses, remain fragmented, inconsistent, and largely unregulated. Today, more than 6,000 unqualified and undesignated individuals are practicing in space across Ontario. The result is not just a professional concern, it is an economic one. We estimate this gap is costing our economy over $5.5 billion annually through errors, inefficiencies, and lack of proper guidance. This is where RPA Canada play a critical role. Since 1978, we have been serving Canadian taxpayers and SME with a clear mandate to provide accessible, affordable, and competent accounting services. Our pathway is designed specifically for the sector focused on financial accounting, management accounting, taxation, and increasingly data analytics and emerging technologies. We are not competing with audit and assurance. We are complementing the system by professionalizing the segment that supports small businesses every day. At a time when the accounting profession is facing declining enrollment, the RPA pathway is offering a practical and relevant alternative. It is supported by Ontario's post-secondary institutions and aligned with the real need of today's economy. In addition, RPA Canada has already taken practical action through ProAchieve 2026, a pathway designed for undesignated accounting practitioner to join the professional rank and become a registered professional accountants. Through this initiative, we are helping experienced practitioners get the skills, meet professional standards, and provide competent, ethical, and transparent and accountable services to small businesses. This is not only good for the profession, it directly supports the Ontario government's priorities by reducing red tape, breaking barriers to the profession, and creating practical pathways for qualified individuals to serve the SME sector with confidence and accountability. RPA Canada is also supported by Canadian banks and credit unions through compilation engagement reporting for small businesses sector financing. These reports help SME present reliable financial information when applying for the loans, credit facilities, and business growth support. This demonstrates that the RPA framework is not theoretical, it is already practical and serving the real financing need for small businesses. But without legislative recognition, this gap will persist. We are respectfully calling for a clear, cost-neutral solution recognizing registered professional accountant with a defined legislative framework, one that establishes competency, accountability, and public protection in the non-assurance space. This is not about creating overlap, it is about creating clarity. It is about ensuring that Ontario's small businesses are supported by qualified professionals. And it is about strengthening confidence in the critical part of our economy. We stand ready to work with your offices to build a framework that delivers exactly that clarity, protection, and opportunity. Recognizing RPA is not only recognition of a profession, it is recognition of Ontario's small businesses, their challenges, and their right to competent, affordable, and accessible accounting professionals. Thank you for your time and your leadership and your support to the small businesses. Thank you.
Thank you, Zubair. Powerful words and a clear articulation of why this work, why our work matters. We're fortunate today to have representation from across the political spectrum, a reflection of the fact that small businesses and accessible professional services are not partisan issues, they are Ontario issues. Our first remarks from the legislature will come from Madame Lucille Collard, representing the leader of the Ontario Liberal Party. Madame Collard represents the riding of Ottawa-Vanier. Please help me welcome Ms. Collard.
Thank you very much. It's a real honor to be the first one to speak. That's not usually the case, but I'll take the opportunity, and I'm sure my colleagues won't hold it against me. Everybody's going to get their turn. So good afternoon, everyone. It's a real pleasure to be joining you today, and I'll have to admit that this is actually my first time joining you for this Advocacy Day, and I want to thank you for being here. On behalf of the Ontario Liberal Party, I want to recognize the essential role that accounting professionals play in Ontario's economy and in the daily lives of Ontarians. Robust accounting practices are integral to our province's economic success. And whether it's keeping the wheels turning on the day-to-day finances of small businesses, supporting entrepreneurs as they grow and create jobs, or helping families navigate an increasingly complicated tax systems, your work provides stability, accountability, and confidence. For many people, accountants are not just financial professionals. They are trusted advisors. They help individuals make important life decisions, help businesses stay compliant and competitive, and ensure that organizations can operate responsibly and sustainably. And that important contribution deserves recognition. And if you're like me and you're not, expert at accounting, being able to rely on a trusted advisor is so important. In your brief, you compare the role of the RPA to that of paralegals and nurse practitioners within their respective professions. And I think that is a very helpful and accessible comparison for understanding how RPAs would fit into Ontario's accounting landscape. We have seen that value of creating pathways for qualified professionals to practice within complementary or less complex scopes of work. And these models can actually improve access to services, reduce bottlenecks, and allow highly specialized practitioners to focus on the most complex cases. At a time when many Ontarians are facing economic uncertainty and affordability pressures, access to reliable and affordable financial expertise matters more than ever. It is important that our professional frameworks continues to evolve in ways that protect the public interest while also recognizing the realities of workforce needs and accessibility. So I want to thank you again for your advocacy efforts, for engaging constructively in these discussions, and for the work you do every day to support Ontario businesses, families, and communities. And I really want you to understand the importance of you being here today. Don't underestimate the value of you coming here, even if it's repetitively, to speak to legislators, because that's the best way to make your point across. And we'll be happy to support your efforts in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madame Collard. We are grateful for your presence and for your remarks. We'll now hear from the representative of the New Democratic Party. Mr. Terence Kernaghan represents London Centre North. I went to Western, so I always love to hear about London Centre. I live in Caledon right now, but everybody, please help me welcome Mr. Terence Kernaghan. Thank you very much.
Well, I guess that makes two of us because I also attended Western University as well as here on University College. But good afternoon, everyone. It's an incredible honor for me to be here. My name is Terence Kernaghan. I'm the MPP for London North Centre and also the official opposition shadow minister responsible for small business, nonprofits, and the arts. I want to extend warm greetings to you all as you have your Advocacy Luncheon. You know, it's interesting that you were founded in 1978. I'm sure all of us as elected officials know that this organization is much older than we are. But, as we've been doing important work supporting accountants with education, certification, as well as regulation, in helping those small and medium-sized businesses across Ontario, especially in my riding of London, get affordable, reliable accounting services that they need. I want to show you some of the wonderful initiatives you have. You know, the ProAchieve 2026 initiative is phenomenal. It really taps into the skills and abilities that people already have, ensuring people who might have been on their way to a certain designation and found themselves employed can actually receive that RPA designation. It's truly phenomenal. But also recognizing people who don't have their designation and making sure that you're able to support them. With Mara Stiles and the official opposition, we're interested in working on this framework that you're discussing and really help provide that regulatory clarity that people can predict and rely upon and to trust, because we know predictability and trust are so incredibly important in our business landscape. You know, accountants are more than just numbers experts. They're partners in business growth, community success, and economic resilience. Today's luncheon is a great opportunity to recognize that work, and I want to thank you for your advocacy and all of your efforts. I think oftentimes we see governments that are focused on large multinational corporations and not enough on small business, which we know are the economic backbone that drives Ontario. So credit where it is due. I do want to thank the government for the recent cut on the small business tax rate, because I think that's so important during a cost of living crisis, and something that we have to really focus on is supporting those job creators within our communities who are really helping keep Ontario strong. So thank you very much for having me here today. I look forward to the conversations, and if we can be of any support or any resource, please know Mara Stiles and the official opposition are here as willing partners for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Kernaghan. Our final remarks are from the Honourable Nina Tangri, representing the leader of the Progressive Conservative Party of Ontario. She represents the riding of Mississauga-Streetsville, currently serves as the Associate Minister of Small Business, and adorns the cover of the Professional Accountant magazine's Spring 2026. Please help me welcome the Honourable Nina Tangri.
Well, good afternoon. Thank you, Mike. It is great to be here. And as I am the final speaker, I think I'll only take about, 35 minutes, I think I'm good. I have very, very brief remarks, but I just want to thank you at RPA for being here, providing us lunch. We really like it when people feed us here. So just before we start, I just want a show of hands for our all the MPPs here. And so the people from RPA, if you can just make yourself known. As some came earlier, they had to leave. We do have caucus shortly. And this is an opportunity, of course, for all of you to come and chat with us. But we do welcome, of course, the Society of Professional Accountants of Canada to Queen's Park, with all, of course, alongside our colleagues from all parties. We know that accountants support many small businesses across our province. They provide critical services such as bookkeeping, tax planning, cash flow management, saving businesses both time and money. Now, as a small business owner myself, for 35 years, I always thought I could do it myself. And sometimes you learn the hard way that it's often good to hire a professional to do the work that you're not so great at. But it really does save time and money for our small businesses. And as many of you are aware, small businesses really are the backbone of Ontario's economy. They account for about 2.5 million jobs and represent 98% of all employer businesses, while strengthening each and every one of our local communities. The Premier and our government are working together to deliver practical solutions and supports for Ontario's hardworking small business owners, including accounting professionals. We're lowering taxes, reducing red tape, keeping costs down for small business owners and entrepreneurs so they can grow, they can create good paying jobs, and strengthen Ontario's economy even more. I do want to congratulate Zubair, Mike, and the entire team at RPA Canada for playing a formative role in the success of accounting professionals across Ontario. Your work has helped newcomers, students, and professionals turn their dreams into reality, allowing them to bring knowledge gaps, polish their skills, earn an RPA designation, and even open their own businesses. So I just want to, on behalf of all of us in our government at all levels, just really want to thank you for the work that you do. I've seen firsthand the gala that they host every year for women businesses is absolutely phenomenal. That recognition they give, the confidence that they give to women and business professionals is second to none. So thank you for what you do. On behalf of our entire government, we thank you for your strong advocacy, your leadership, your commitment to building an even stronger Ontario. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister Tangri, and we're grateful to you, all of our speakers, and to all of our legislative guests today for taking the time to be with us. Your presence here is itself an acknowledgement of the importance of this conversation, and we do not take that lightly. Before we move to networking and perhaps more lunch, we have one final moment of recognition. Our acknowledgements today will be delivered by a distinguished academic, a longtime champion of accounting education, a proud RPA member. Please welcome Dr. William Way.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you for the opportunity inviting me to do the acknowledgement. Today actually is a very special day for me, particularly personally, because 20 years ago, 2006, May the 12th, I landed in Canada, first coming to Pearson Airport as a new immigrant. And thank you for RPA also inviting me to do this acknowledgement. That's why I definitely will come to this event. So I will start from our RPA team. I want to thank the Master of Ceremony, Michael, the VP of RPA, and also our President, Zubair, give us the chance to come here to the legislation and to talk with and promotion RPA. And also James and Nazin, two of our RPA secretary and also treasurer. I also want to acknowledge the distinguished speakers today. Thank you for your time and commitment to RPA, and also advocates on the small business in Ontario and maybe across Canada. And I want to also thank all the MPs coming here today for this distinguished lunch. Special thanks also to my colleague, Dr. Talisma Nasrin, professor from Algoma University, and also Rebecca Wilson-Miller, who is she's actually one of the organizers of the Women Entrepreneurship Award. Thank you, and have a good day. Thank you, everybody.
Great, thank you, Dr. Wei, and thank you to everybody. I'm not going to continue to acknowledge, but you know, what happens in rooms like this one matter. Policy is shaped by conversations, and conversations are shaped by those who show up to have them. You showed up today, and that means a great deal to all of us representing small and mid-sized enterprises across the province. Thank you again. Have a fantastic afternoon.